Like, when I tell you that this was probably the easiest procedure I have ever had in my life, I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Danielle, and today we're going to be talking about Lasik. I bought myself a new eyes for Christmas. Last year, 2020, really was the year of clear vision. Okay, you get it? 2020 clear vision. Anyways, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like the video, and let's get into it. I have had glasses since I was 7 years old. And I remember I almost failed second grade because my eyes were so bad. And my teacher just didn't know like what to tell my mom. And she was like, sometimes she does work like this and sometimes she does work like this. And it was two very clearly different kinds of work. My mom took me to my doctor, and my doctor said, have you taken her to see an eye doctor? And my mom said no, so she never thought of it. And when they took me to the eye doctor, turns out I just couldn't see. I couldn't see, and that's why I was doing so poorly in school. So got me glasses, and here I am. So I decided to get LASIK because glasses were just so restricting for me. Like, they prevented me from going on roller coasters, going like parasailing, like they were just a burden. And anybody who wears glasses or who has ever worn glasses, y'all know glasses can get in the way, honey. And not only that, they're not all that cute. Like, when I think of the way that I wanted to look, like, glasses just were never in the picture. And I know that sounds like so vain, but for somebody like me who's really like learning how to get back to herself, I'm like really looking for a glow up here. And I knew that I needed to do something drastic. So after cutting my hair, I was like, shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and get me some LASIK. So, and I did initially make 2 appointments. I ended up only going with the first place that I went to, which was Lasik Plus. So the process is really straightforward. I don't really want to go into too much detail about it, but you go for your initial appointment, and then they determine if you are a good candidate. They schedule your appointment, and if you need financing or anything like that, then they'll discuss it at that time. I did finance part of I'll go over how much it was later on in the video. At that initial appointment as well, once you accept and you have an appointment, they will give you a prescription for 2 Valiums and 2 different kinds of eye drops. One is an antibiotic, and I don't know what the other one is. Very necessary. So I pay. And it's so crazy how paying for it came about, because I was starting to doubt in my mind whether or not like this was something that like God like was okay with me doing. It may sound silly, but I don't just, spend thousands of dollars, for something that maybe seemed very vain to some people, but was very important to me. And so I wanted to make sure that I was really making the right decision. And I got the confirmation from God when I got a unexpected large check in the mail, and I knew it was coming, but I didn't know that it was like coming. And so it came like the day before I needed to pay, and it was a majority of what I needed to pay for the procedure. So that's how I knew. It was just like confirmation, like, okay, this is what I need to be doing. And I was happy with my decision. The day of the procedure, I take my daughter to school. My homegirl comes and picks me up, and she has to stay there because I'm not allowed to drive afterwards. Obviously I will have taken 2 Valium and had just had eye surgery, so you definitely have to make sure that you have an escort. And because of COVID, she had to wait outside, and I waited inside, which was fine. The wait was pretty long, only because they do them all on one day. Pretty much everybody shows up, I guess, during certain blocks of time, and the procedures are just done in the order in which I guess people show up. Waited about 2.5 hours, and then they come, they tell you to take your Valium, and they take you into the room. The doctor comes and explains the procedure to you. They take you into the room probably about 10 to 15 minutes later. This part went so freaking quick. Like, when I tell you that this was probably the easiest procedure I have ever had in my life, I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. Aside from financial reasons, I don't understand why I didn't do this before. But The whole procedure was probably 8 minutes. I'll try to explain as much as I can in as much detail as I can what happened, because it went by so quick. You are awake, obviously. You lay down on one machine, and pretty much what it's doing is creating a slit in your eye. You feel nothing. Like, all you feel is pressure. That's it. It just feels like something's poking on your eye. And when you get up, you feel like you're blind, because you're pretty much like seeing through a slit. That's what the doctor said. Because I was like, I can't see. He was like, it's normal. You're seeing through a slit. We're going to walk you over. So they had somebody at each machine. It was very well organized. Lasik Plus, shout out to you, because y'all did that. They walk you over to the other machine, which is just a green dot or green and red dot. And so something comes really close to your eye. They say, just focus on the green dot. They say, okay, just focus. Something gets to turning around. It's weird. And then he'd be like, okay, you're done. And they do that for each eye. After that is done, I mean, that literally took probably, like, collectively, probably like 3 to 4 minutes. Just that. And that's the procedure. So before you leave out of the room, the doctor like does something with your eye. I think it's like closing the slit. And then they give you some drops. Mind you, you've had numbing drops. I forgot to say this in the beginning. Aside from the Valium to calm you down, you do get numbing drops too. So you really feel nothing but pressure. Like, it's, the only thing I will say is that you do kind of smell the burning, which it's really not that bad. If you sunglasses and they send you on your way, and when I tell you, you can see immediately. You can see immediately. There is no, like, what is that? No. You can see immediately. Like, I was so hyped. I said, bitch, I can see. I was like, I can see. And I was just so excited, because it's like, I have not been able to see anything without like looking through like a potentially dirty lens, or not being able to see out my peripherals. Like life with glasses was so limited. Like, life looks really weird, because I'm not used to seeing it without this barrier. That's what it was. It was a barrier. It's a barrier between you and the people you love and the real world. Because what you see through glasses is like determined on what's on your glasses. That's a word for somebody. You need to clean your glasses. Matter of fact, you need to take them glasses off, okay? Because those glasses are not for you, honey. That's a word for somebody, okay? Anyways, so I was mad hype. We get in the car. She's driving me home. Things get real. I won't say I wasn't in like extreme pain. I couldn't open my eyes. And it's because your eyes are really, really dry and really, really sensitive to the light. So they tell you to go home. They say to take your last Valium on your way home. That way, by the time you get home, you're ready to sleep. They say you need to sleep for 4 hours. And they are not kidding. You need to sleep. First of all, it was so hard to fall asleep, because my eyes were burning so damn bad, y'all. Like, I could not even front. My eyes were burning hard as hell, okay? And I was like, I just want to go to sleep. Like, it was pretty frustrating. It was pretty bad. Which was to be expected, but it did not last long. Eventually, I did fall asleep. I had already made arrangements for my daughter's teacher to bring her home that day, so I didn't have to worry about going to get my daughter or anything like that. So I knew I could just sleep until I heard the doorbell ring. I did wake up, didn't open my eyes. Like, they were way too dry. It was way too bright in my house, and it wasn't bright like at all. So I did have to wear sunglasses. It did take me a while to be able to open my eyes. I just had to keep putting the artificial tears in my eyes that they gave me. I will say, like, the first 4 to 5 hours after getting the procedure, you're gonna be uncomfortable, okay? And it's different for everybody, but you gonna be uncomfortable. That part was more uncomfortable than the procedure. I'll put it that way. When my daughter came home, my eyes began to adjust a little bit better. I was just constantly putting drops in them and wearing sunglasses. So the very next day, pretty much the same thing, just had to use a lot of drops. It wasn't until probably the second week where my eyes were like super duper dry. And so, like, I was like a fiend, like poking them in my eye like this, just at the light in Walmart. I I know I look crazy. I was in a therapy session, sidebar. I was in a therapy session via Zoom, and my therapist was like, "What's with all the eye drops? You okay?" I said, "I got LASIK." I don't know why I found that to be so funny. But I was pretty much very obsessed over the eye drops because my eyes were just super duper dry. When I was driving, it's like I would get a headache because it was so bright outside, even when I had sunglasses on. So the first week was a little bit rough, but it was still very manageable, very doable. I didn't need really assistance with anything. It was just I had to make sure I kept eye drops and sunglasses with me. So now I am about 1 month post-op. And my eyes still get a little bit dry. They say that it takes about 90 days for your eyes to completely heal. So technically I'm supposed to be using the eye drops probably a lot more than I am, but I don't really need them. Like, my eyes feel fine. They feel a little bit dry right now. Other than that, like, I feel great. I definitely recommend this for anyone. This has changed my life. Like, I've never seen my adult face without glasses, ever. And the way that I see myself now is very different than I saw myself with my glasses, because I was never really seeing myself. I was seeing myself around something else. And I know for some people it's like, it's not that deep. They're just glasses. Okay, then you don't understand. But after having this barrier, you know, between me and the outside world, it's like I see things differently. I see people differently. I observe my surroundings differently. It's just, it's weird. I can do things that I couldn't do before, like wear lashes. Like, I can see my eye color. Like, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Like, my face looks completely different without glasses. So I absolutely positively recommend this. It is pretty pricey, and the price depends upon your eyesight. So whatever percentage I got, it was a total of $48.80, so $4,880. They were having a special, which is always going on, for $1,000 off, so it was $3,880. My budget was $5,000, so I was right. I hit the nail on the head. I just happened to, you know, get the sale. That's always going on. So it wasn't too expensive, in my opinion, for the value and the benefit, because I do have astigmatism. I am able to go back. If at any time my vision becomes like more blurry or changes or anything like that, I'm able to go back to them. It's nothing that I paid for extra, so in case they go out of business or anything like that, then I'm out of money. No, it's the type of laser they use. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm still new to this, but I'm gonna always be true to this, okay? So be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. There's a lot more content that's going to be coming. I have some really big moves that I'm making that I'm so excited to share with y'all. So let's grow the family. Let's grow together. Starting over feels good, honey. Starting over feels good. And I am here to show you the way. Okay? No, I'm just joking. I'm just a girl on a journey. Okay? I love y'all. Peace.